Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. And wait, oops. Okay, there, game volume. Woohoo, I'm ready to finish the story. Gosh darn it, time to punch Carl. So first wager, money, power, position, everything can be wagered. No. So wait, beating up some cubes? Okay, that's gonna be fun. Actually, yeah, Carnival Cubic. An online gambling program developed by the Girard Group to provide dice game services for players who have difficulty showing up at offline games. Me! Difficulty showing up at offline games. Actually, no, I don't want to fight gambling. Texas Hold'em, Blackjack, electronic dice, slot machines, roulette tables. They really do have everything here. The illumination from the luxurious decorations and lurid lighting meld together as gamblers move back and forth between tables, lost in this hollow enjoyment. Jeongju and Cheetah dart between the crowd, searching for a clue about how to get to the B1 deck. Those two rich patrons I saw at the bar earlier are gone. Leader, look, do you think they went there? Jeongju looks where Cheetah's pointing. A pair of black-suited guards are standing in front of a grand-looking door. The door seems quiet and sedate compared to the liveliness of the rest of the casino. There's something written on it. Let me see. VIP area, only for guests with gold chips. Wow, what's this VIP area? And what are those gold chips? Is there a super casino in there or something? When the wealthy guest mentioned a special event, he flashed a stack of chips which looked like they were made of gold. It looked really suspicious. Looks like we'll need to think of a way to get in there. Cheetah, how much cash do you have on hand that we can exchange for chips? Right now, about 500 credits worth, I guess. But leader, that's the last of my candy fund. Can you help make up the rest for me? I don't have much cash on hand either. All we can do is hope that gold chips don't cost too much to redeem. Jeongju and Cheetah pull their cash and then head to the casino's cage. Welcome, ladies. Would you be buying chips tonight? Will you be buying chips tonight? How much are the gold chips? The dealer smiles and pulls back the red cloth inside the cage, gesturing to the labeled numbers below. It is, as you can see, 1020, 3 zeros. Holy cow, 5 zeros! So each one is 100 grand? This is insane. You might as well just grab a gun and rob people at this point. Jeongju ignores Cheetah's protests. Her expression is one of serenity. Understood. I'll buy 2,000 credits worth of chips for now, thank you. Cheetah squeezes the 2 little chips they just bought in her fist and drags Jeongju off to a corner of the casino. Clearly, she has something to say. Is this actually happening, leader? Did our money just disappear like that? Disappear just like that? And even after all that, we only got these 2 measly little chips. Are you seriously planning to win 100,000 credits with the stake of 2,000? I was actually. Huh? Are you for real? Then we should just hold everyone here. It'll be faster that way. I mean, when it comes to gambling, we'll be totally screwed if we lose just once, right? Cheetah, you've forgotten the most important thing. What's that? You mean like how we can claim anything we lose from caretaker as a business expense? No. What's important is that we won't lose. Oh my goodness, the level of confidence. Saying so, Jeongju takes the chips from Cheetah before flipping them up in the air and neatly catching them. Hello, hello. We're dolls, and that is why we will not lose. For a moment, Cheetah stares blankly at the gleaming confidence in Jeongju's eyes. Then she gets what Jeongju is hinting at. A wicked grin spreads across Cheetah's face as she rubs up against Jeongju. I get it. So you're going to cheat then. Is that it, leader? It's not cheating, just leveraging our advantages as dolls. Jeongju looks at the card tables in the distance. I was observing how the tables are distributed in the casino. Each one has 5 dealers and a supervisor, and they have IR scanners under each table to keep players from cheating. Ooh, that sounds comfy. We probably won't have much luck trying to pull off sleight of hand at the gambling tables. The slot machines are fully automatic and appear to be a good choice. But there are too many punters around them, and there's no way we can do anything with so many eyes watching. Huh? Doesn't that mean we're out of options? We still have this. Xiangjiu exchanges a look with Cheetah, and then they approach one of the electronic tables. Upon detecting someone nearby, a mechanical arm lifts a touchscreen and presents it to the pair. Xiangjiu taps it, and the edges of the table light up. A hologram of a virtual dealer appears over the counter on the table and bows to them. Esteemed guest number 03425, welcome to the Carnival Quebec DB01 online entertainment system. Please select the game you would like to play and insert your chips into the slot on the right. During the game, please refrain from striking, damaging, or attempting to disassemble the machine. Since it's a network device, we should be able to hack it through level 2. The plan is to stop the data pertaining to failures and only let the successful data through. Oh? So you're saying we can directly access the casino network and mess with the results? Wow, this type of cheating though, holy cow! That is just intense. An 8. Thank you for the support. Precisely. The Gerard Group provided this special service for gamblers who had difficulties going to offline casinos, but it's turning out to be a godsend for us instead. Xiangjiu smiles and slips her chips into the machine. The dice on the screen begin spinning at high speed. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness, though, Xiangjiu. I love her idea. Let's go for the mode with the simplest rules, high and low. I estimate 6 rounds should be enough for us to go from 2,000 to 100,000 credits. Why don't we maintain the signal proof spoofing for longer? Wouldn't that be better? We'll trigger system alerts if we do it for too long. It's less risky this way. All we need to do is work fast in level 2. Are you ready, Cheetah? The game is about to begin. Come on, this genius has been waiting for this. Yay for gambling! Are these the dice programs for the Carnival Quebec? They're small and square and pretty cute. Cheetah, don't get careless. I can only spoof the error signals for a few rounds. We need to take care of this ASAP. I wish we didn't have to stop at 100,000. So that means we can gain points but not lose them? Relax, leader. I won't hold you back. Playing games is a serious business for me. Xiangjiu, please. I need more credits. Oh wait, this is how it goes? Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay, imagine losing this. Because it's all to luck, really, right? Like, it's easy enough, but at the same time, just the thought of losing is kind of funny. Ta-da! The spinning die gradually slows down and eventually comes to a halt with the 6 facing up. The Carnival Quebec machine plays upbeat music. Ding ding ding! Congratulations on winning again, guest number 03425. Do you wish to continue betting? We've scored the 100k we need. Let's wrap things up. Xiangjiu clicks the quit button, and a flood of chips pours out from the chute amidst the sound of clings and beeps. Wow, leader! Leader, we're rich! Huh? Cheetah takes out a sole golden chip from the pile. Its mass takes her by surprise. Wait a minute! I think this chip is made from actual gold. Is the Gerard Group giving these out just like that? Well, 100,000 credits is pretty close to the price you pay for actual gold. Is that how it is? Then this place is a gold mine. It's a gold mine. I wish we had more time to earn more. Then we could hand it to caretaker's caretaker. Beep beep beep. Cheetah's muttering is interrupted by an alert. Qiangju turns away to take Tololo's call. Leader, the cruise ship has come to a halt in a bay that's surrounded by mountains on three sides. A bay that's fenced in by mountains. Choosing such a well-hidden location suggests that their special event isn't something that they want others to see. That's what Miss Helion said too. She sent 2 support echelons and a helicopter over. We're currently shadowing the liner. If anything happens, we'll be able to support you ASAP. Alright, be careful you don't let the external guard spot you. Understood. We've also finished analyzing the vessel structure. I'll send a 2D map to you later. Once you find land, you can evac by following the indicated route. I'll pick you up on the deck. Good work, Tololo. You're almost as efficient as this genius. Huh? Why isn't anyone talking? After a brief silence, Tololo awkwardly clears her throat. Also, I learned something about the matter you asked me to investigate. What did you find out? The Novalis belongs to a toy company. It's a place that the company uses to host charity events, and many media outlets have reported on it. Its CEO, Madame Celia, would often bring her son Carl to these events. The toys Carl created have also made the news. The heir to a toy company, in other words, that Mr. Holtz. That's right, Carl's full name is Carl Holtz. The contact information he gave to Griffin was correct. But why would someone who runs a charity want to kidnap Lind? Also, the inside of this boat is about as far from non-profit as you can get. You're right. It isn't connected to the charity at all, because Madame Celia passed away from an illness 6 years ago, and her toy company went down with her. Currently, the ownership of the liner has been transferred to Carl's father, Yakov. Oh? I remember the name. He was a jerk who was building robots for the Dry Group. So you're saying this kidnapping was masterminded by a father and a son duo? Something's not quite right. After putting together all the information Tololo has given, Qiangju falls silent for a while. Since Carl's father is a Gerard Group researcher, he ought to have a way to get those berserk robots under control. Why'd he go out of his way to get a PMC to clean up his mess? Could he have been trying to get us to pick up that ID card? That would make it even weirder. Given the Gerard Group's wealth and power, they would definitely have access to in-house paramilitary forces. They wouldn't need to hire criminals like the Variagers, and they most certainly wouldn't need to resort to such a roundabout means to kidnap Lind. The most likely possibility is that Carl doesn't want to draw the group's attention, and all this was simply a personal initiative. So you're saying Yakov doesn't know about this? Indeed. Everything's been going smoothly, alright? Everything's been going smoothly all night, from boarding the vessel to the ID check. Even the ship's security forces have been replaced by robots for the most part. I think it's less that he doesn't know and more like he isn't even on the ship at all. Both sides of the line go silent. Well, even if we know all this, we still don't know what the kidnappers are trying to accomplish. There's still too much that we don't know. All we can do is head down to the B1 deck and see if we can find more clues there. Yep, seeing is believing after all. Let's go, go, go! After ending the transmission with Tololo, Qiangju and Cheetah arrive at the door marked VIP area. Can we go in? One moment, please. The security guard takes the gold chip and presses it to a sensor on the door. There's a beep, and the door slowly slides open, revealing a lavishly decorated elevator. Please proceed, ladies. To the left. Looks like our guest is on the mark. I hope we'll be able to see Lynn soon. The pair entered an elevator while holding these thoughts in their hearts. The heavy doors separate the inside and the outside like a wall. There's a muffled commotion from behind the door, as though the sound is being muffled by some invisible membrane. As the feeling of weightlessness from the elevator's descent grows, the noise becomes clearer. Hums. Until the elevator comes to a halt and the doors slowly open. Shouts and screaming fill the air, and a mix of sweat, blood, and stimulants hits them in the face like a physical blow. Ew, it's stinky! What on earth is this place? Unlike the brightly lit 1F, B1 is dim with blood-red lighting. In the center is a huge circular arena surrounded by maniacal fans. Their foremost hire cannot hide the bloodlust in their eyes. The sound of cheers and curses blend together, as though this is their paradise of release. And in the arena, a red doll and a blue doll are engaged in combat. The payout odds for both sides fluctuate on the overhead screen, and the shifting numbers have the audience in their grasp. It's as though this entire B1 deck is in the grip of some indescribable frenzy. How could this be happening? Don't tell me they kidnapped Lin to... Oh! Suddenly, an ear-splitting cheer comes from the crowd. Xiangju and Cheetah look toward the arena. The red doll has her foot firmly planted on the blue doll's head, and the shiny floorboards reflect her crushed, distorted face. The red doll raises her sword high, aims for her opponent's shoulder joint, and forcefully drives her weapon home. Glag! The blue doll's right arm is parted from the rest of her body, and she rolls several meters away, coming to a halt at the edge of the arena. The disarmed blue doll curls up on the ground, moaning in pain. The doll's pitiful cries are immediately drowned out by the cheers of the audience. In the very next moment, the big screen above the ring zooms in on the red doll's cold eyes. Humph. Krolik? Well, is this the way you're making more money? See, Carl, you could have hired someone. Stinky Carl. Resorting to kidnapping Carl. Freaking Carl. Blind bet. Violence that can't be hidden. Disgust that can't be held back. Can we bet?
Oi, you awake?
Lynn's blank eyes open. She turns her head jerkily toward the voice. Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded.
Awake then, are you?
Carl presses a button on his remote. There's a crisp click, and the blindings on the electric chair disengage.
Stand up and walk around.
Lynn stands up and mechanically walks around the room, then awaits Carl's next command.
Turn in place, and then sit back down.
After seeing Lynn execute his commands to the letter, Carl claps his hands in delight.
Humph, I didn't think the beta virus would be so effective. Even a rush copy of 45% of the code segments is still enough to control a doll's neural cloud. No wonder those defects in the arena all fight like they're possessed once they get infected by it. Why did Dad send in such good stuff like this instead of giving it to me?
Good stuff? I was just pretending to space out and he totally fell for it. Seems a bit too easy, doesn't it? Freaking Carl! Talk about a stupid moron of a Nepo baby. Once again, Lynn lambastes Carl's intelligence in the confines of her mind. Forget it. This actually helps bypass all kinds of problems. I might be able to get him to spill the beans on something too. The data sought on my level 2 just now was massive. If I hadn't fought back in time, my neural cloud would really have been overwritten. Was it because the virus code was incomplete? Still, wasn't this virus targeted towards the Gerard dolls? I was built by IOP, so why was it effective against me? Could it be that Gerard dolls use the same base layer technology as IOP dolls? Before Lynn can reach a conclusion, Carl gives her another order.
Oi, doll, come here. I'll tell you about the arena rules and your opponent tonight.
Humph, here it comes. Let me see what exactly you're up to. Lynn walks over to Carl's side. While Lynn was mentally prepared for what she might see in the arena, the sight before still hits her hard. The screen shows a camera feed. In it, a red-colored doll with bunny ears is viciously chopping a doll on the ground to bits. It exemplifies cruelty, violence, and savagery. Just about every frame of the video maxes out Lynn's tolerance for disgust.
As you can see, there are no rules in the doll arena. You can use any means to attack and can freely destroy your opponent's frame. Simply put, whoever reduces their opponent to scrap first wins.
Carl pushes the pause button. The feed is frozen on an image of the moment when the red doll cuts her opponent in half at the waist.
This is your opponent tonight, Krolik, who's known as K09 here. When a certain underground doll arena was all the rage in the green zones, she was one of the 2 most popular fighters there. Do you know why that is? Melee combat dolls are rare enough for starters, and her brutal fighting style was most entertaining. And of course, the more thrilling the show, the more the audience loved it. Unfortunately, the real Krolik escaped during an accident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who helped her flee. Even though they usually tried their best to kill each other in the ring, they decided to be all buddy-buddy at a time like that. Heh. Dolls make me sick.
He's jealous. Though I did not expect Krolik backstory.
Despite being created by humans, all they think about is betraying humanity. Forget it. Why am I even telling a doll like you all this?
Carl throws up his hands in exasperation.
The organization's finances haven't been doing too well recently. So in order to whet the investors' appetite, Dad modified one of Krolik's replica frames into the K09 unit. It preserves the original Krolik's fighting style to the maximum extent. Even her swing force is a 1-to-1 match.
Sticky Carl.
Unsurprisingly, K09 is undefeated in the arena. It's won 22 consecutive matches so far, and its total winnings are a jaw-dropping amount. This is why I brought you here. I want you to replace the K09 and become the new king of the ring. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
What? So it's for such a stupid reason. That's why I hate unreasonable violence. It takes great effort for Lynn to suppress her desire to throw up. No, now's not the time to fight back. If the commander were here, or even just leader, they tell me not to be impulsive. I need to stay calm.
The way you are now makes it hard for me to tell how much is actually getting through. If you understand, repeat what I just said.
Understood. My mission is to help you destroy the doll that your father went to all that effort to build.
Yes, good.
Carl nods in satisfaction.
That tone, though, it sounds strange. Is sarcasm a factory default setting for you? Never mind, it doesn't matter. As long as you blow K09 apart with your shotgun, the audience will go crazy over you and you'll become the new star of the underground with countless fans and followers. Meanwhile, I have the grounds to talk terms with Father. I'll have proven that I can influence the family business, and that I'm the one who most deserves to operate Mother's cruise liner. How's that? Isn't that a win-win plan worthy of genius?
How's that win-win, dude? Carl looks at Lynn's blank face, and it seems a little disappointed.
Father was like this too. He'd either mock me or ignore me every day. Humph. Go ahead and talk. It doesn't matter if you're sarcastic or not. This is just too boring. For instance, don't you have any questions you want to ask me? Right, just ignore those unnecessary orders and ask what you want.
You just said that having me get rid of K09 was just one of your goals, right? So firepower wasn't the real reason you picked me.
Of course, if I just wanted a fighter, buying a tactical doll from the black market would have been simple enough. But the arena isn't a battlefield. It's ultimately just a form of entertainment. The performance aspects of it are more important than the fighting elements. Like pain, for instance.
Carl chuckles and then taps the ULSD dossier on the table.
I know you are an experimental unit with simulated sensory organs, and your ability to perceive pain is beyond anything other dolls can match, let alone these fighters. Most of them are defects father produced in the process of producing third-gen dolls. Most don't even have mature neural cloud modules loaded. They're failures in every sense of the word. While the beta virus does have a side effect of amplifying sensory feedback, they can only respond mechanically, which is far from what research-grade work demands.
So even pain can become an object of scientific study?
If the audience wants it, nothing is impossible. Oh, you should watch this. We're working together for a good long time anyway. So the more you understand, the better.
The scene on the monitor changes to a video log of an experiment. A shabbily dressed man is tied to a wooden rack, and a group of researchers in white coats are surrounding him. Commencing experiment number GR00237, now collecting data on edged implement injury. The researcher raises his scalpel and jabs it into the test subject. Blood sprays out and covers the screen. The test subject's screams echo through the chamber, while the researchers look down at their clipboards and scribble notes as though all this was just a footnote in completing their experiment. Test experiment number GR00237, control group, begin procedure. The scene shifts. The test subject is now a doll. A researcher jabs his scalpel into the doll's arms, once, twice, over and over again, until he's produced suffering like what the human endured. What? Why? Why were they doing this? Lynn feels her neural cloud temperature spiking. If what she saw before was merely nauseating, what she's looking at now, it fills her with utter boiling rage. The image of the test subject doll defocuses, disintegrates, then comes back together before her eyes over and over again. The lingering pain from the virus awakens, traveling through her frame until it converges on her right arm. It's as though the scalpel has passed through the screen and is stabbing through her synth skin. Ow, that hurts. The last time I felt that was when... Lynn squeezes her eyes shut. Memories pour in like a tide, those days and nights laced with the scent of antiseptics, and all the helplessness and misery suddenly feel exceptionally real to her. She remembers the blindingly bright surgical lights, the ice-cold slab, the aloof looks on the researchers' faces, and the way she curled up from the pain. She remembers the questions she used to ponder back then. What did I feel back then when I was chosen as a test subject? Was it despair? Fear? Discontent? No, back then, I wasn't even self-aware enough to ask myself these things. I even thought that my pain was the whole reason I existed. Just like these test subjects and these arena fighters, they're being treated as tools to be used and discarded by their masters. And they think it's perfectly natural. But I know better now. I know this isn't right. I met people who showed me the truth, giving their all with correct words and correct actions in order to show that what was done to me was wrong. Lynn recalls the faces of many people, the commander, Kalina, Helion, the others from Frostfall, and many others beside, all friends that she had the privilege of sharing her life with. If she hadn't met them, she would probably still be trapped in a place like this, existing only to suffer like this in this video. So this time, it's my turn to... Just then, Carl's voice chimes in, taking Lynn out of her thoughts and back to reality.
Hey, you haven't moved a muscle for 3 full minutes. What's the matter? Did you blue screen or something? Was the virus too strong? Did it burn out your neural cloud or something? Crap, I hope not. That would be really bad.
Knock, knock, knock. A series of rapid knocks interrupts his words, and the waiter's voice speaks from outside the door.
Master Carl, your father just called. It'd be best if you attended to it immediately. What?
Carl's face falls instantly. He rushes over to the door and flings it open. The waiter on the other side is startled by the forcefulness of his actions.
What did he say?
Your father sounded quite angry and said that he was on the way back, so I was worried that he might have found out about your plan.
Didn't he go to Lviv with his staff to prepare for the the technical summit. Didn't he say that it was very important? How could he spare the time to come back? I'm not very sure. Damn it, damn it, damn it. He's always reading things to me at the most important moment. Take me to the deck right now and think of a way to delay him.
The door slams shut with a loud bang, and the voices of Carl and the waiter gradually fade into the distance. Lynn breathes a sigh of relief. Phew. And here I was thinking about how to get rid of that arrogant young master. That phone call sure came in time. After that, Lynn connects herself to the command console and begins planning her next move. Fortunately, I saw the virus data I copied from the mansion robots. Since the robots going out of control was caused by a virus, then uploading it to all the security robots on the ship through the central command console should trigger an uprising too. Once they all go berserk, I'll wait for the right moment to lead the dolls out of here and make her escape. Lynn looks at the clock on the wall and the endlessly progressing flow of time. While there are still many variables in the plan, given the situation, she'll just have to take things one step at a time. I don't have time to decrypt the security routine. I'll just break through it by force. Brute force, please. Percussive maintenance. I hope Dad comes and bonks Carl if we can't bonk him ourselves. Freaking Carl. Carl. Interact with the target location. This should be fine. Explosion. Alrighty. Okay, there's the location. I see it now. Maybe next turn. Thank you, Bielka. Touch. So close. Touch. Ta-da! Groan. If only Leader and the others were here. Doing this by myself is a pain. Fortunately, the virus is already doing its thing. A few more minutes and the ship's defense systems will be completely paralyzed. Maybe I can use this time to find the exact locations of the imprisoned dolls. Hello. Let me see. The database should be here, right? I found it. It's a blueprint of the ship's internal layout. And what are these next to it? Encrypted documents? Tisk, I can't open them. Meh. I'll just copy them all and worry about them later. The hour hand on the room's clock has traveled quite some distance. The sound of hard leather shoes and metal passes is audible through the door, accompanied by Carl's cursing.
You useless bastard! Why do you make such a big fuss, even though nothing happened? As the master of the novelist, I order you to bring my match forward right now. But... No buts! I don't care what the back-end people have to say about it either. You begin the match if her father returns.
Crap, the Carl guy's back. Copy progress. 97%, 98%. Lynn's fingers fly across the keyboard, her eye darting between the monitor and the door faster and faster. Come on, just a little more. The progress bar fills up with a beep. Lynn quickly closes the control terminal and takes a deep breath before quickly returning to her previous position.
Humph.
Carl storms in, then quickly glances around the room several times and finds nothing amiss. Then he glares at Lynn.
Are you awake?
Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Seeing Lynn wake up from offline status soothes Carl's frazzled nerves somewhat.
Phew, seriously, screw that old fart. He keeps messing up my plans. I was planning to work on tactics, but the situation has changed and it looks like we won't have time for that now. Our match has been brought forward. We're up next.
Just as well. The virus should kick in around that time.
Alright.
I'll play with you then. Ignorant of Lynn's intentions, Carl takes a deep breath and then his confident smile returns to his face. I wanna smack him.
Let's go. It's time we made our entrance.
Alrighty, Carl. Let's see how this goes, Carl. Next stage is called Absurd Carnival. As the spotlights shine down, the clown's masks finally come off. Carl the clown. Hello, soon. Bang. The red doll easily evades the last shot. The blue doll loses its other arm and stumbles back, its neck spewing sparks. The red doll lunges forward, swinging her sword at the blue doll's vitals and delivering a fatal blow. Erg. In the next moment, the blue doll keels over, and the red doll ruthlessly stomps her underfoot. With the battle decided, the roars in the audience grow louder and louder, waves of sound echoing inside the compartment. Finish her! Finish her!
Target destruction command. Load complete.
Yart! The red doll drives her hand into the blue doll's chest, and with a burst of strength, she rips out her opponent's still glowing heart. Oh my! There's a crunch of electronic components splintering, and then the arena is filled with deafening screams. Ooh! In response to the audience's cries, the red doll raises the fragments of her opponent's heart into the air. Then she turns and vanishes backstage. Leader, was the purpose of bringing all those dolls aboard the ship just so they could be thrown into this underground arena? I can't accept this. This is too much. How could something like this happen? I didn't expect the people behind the doll arenas to still be going strong. Looks like that crackdown operation from back then didn't get rid of them. What do you mean by crackdown operation? Were there places like this before? Yes, I heard that doll arenas like these used to be really popular in green zones for a while. Back then, they were run by mobsters. And the purchase, modification, and smuggling of dolls on the black market was very common. But ever since StateSec began their doll arena crackdown operation in 2067, such organizations began to decline, and the government began strengthening regulation on the use of tactical dolls. How long ago was 2067? From the looks of things, they're back. They just fled from the border between the green and yellow zones. So those jerks from back then are walking around without a care in the world now? This isn't right. We can't be sure. Perhaps the mobsters are replaced by the Gerard group. Perhaps both sides reach an agreement to split the profits. The one thing we do know is that the people in charge of the arena now are the Gerard group and their massive influence, power, and resources. The casino above us, no, I should say the entire cruise liner exists for the sake of this underground doll arena. Xiangjiu looks toward the ring. Workers are clearing up the doll wreckage from the arena. The sight makes Xiangjiu's voice more somber. There's no telling how many dolls have suffered like that in this place. We're lucky to be able to live under the protection of Griffin, but we simply didn't know enough about the dark side of civilized society. Now that you mention it, since this cruise is for members only, all the people it serves are definitely wealthy or powerful, right? Maybe Gerard uses places like these to gain political leverage on them. Correct. I'm sure there are many deeply hidden dealings here that we haven't discovered yet. Damn it! I wish I could reveal all the other bad deeds to the world. Hey, who turned out the lights? Suddenly, the lights above the audience seats go out one after another, from the outside inwards. In the darkness, a shaft of blinding light descends from above, illuminating the host. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MV Novelist. Our Queen of the Ring, K09, will be taking a short rest, and she will return to give you an exciting show later on. To all our guests who wish to wager on the outcome, please proceed to the right side of the ring within 10 minutes and place your bets with your gold chips on hand. Can we bet? Shh. No wonder you need gold chips to get into this place. So that's what they're for.
I'm sure many of our honored guests have lost their dolls during the course of tonight's arena matches. And as such, we have a special offer for you. All guests who have fielded contenders against K09 tonight are entitled to a free trial of the group's latest batch of prototypes, codenamed G and L Beta, and enjoy the highest possible discounts tonight should they decide to purchase them.
The host claps, and a carefully crafted advertisement trailer appears on the big screen. Rows of specially modified dolls walk into the frame, ranging from domestic models to entertainment types and everything else in between, each of a different make and appearance. The only thing these dolls have in common is that they all have the same empty eyes as K09 does.
As you can see, the dolls from the G&L beta batch have blank neural clouds, and their default beta programming makes them completely obedient to your instructions. That means they won't complain, won't refuse orders, and they definitely won't betray you. You can customize them to suit your personal preferences and needs, or allow them to be freely used. Of course, domestic models will have all combat functionality removed, so you can rest assured that your product is absolutely safe.
Oh, does it mean they won't ever try to fight back?
Of course.
Dude, what are they fighting back against? If you're so excited, like, ooh, they can't fight back against me? It's like, actually, maybe I don't want to know. The host's voice slowly fades away, only to be replaced by twisted cheers and shouts in the audience. Some people are already planning how to make full use of their new acquisitions. Ew. All kinds of deviant discussions filter through the air and make their way to Cheongju's and Cheetah's ears. Holy crap! Are these people all perverts? I can't take it anymore. Leader, can I go and teach them all a lesson?
Calm down, Cheetah. We haven't found Lin yet. Also, we learned something from that little speech just now. At the very least, we know why the dolls in the arena all seem so strange. Turns out they're under the control of a virus. We need to prepare for the possibility that Lind has also been controlled by the virus.
Snap. Oh, so maybe it's just me, but if they're too obedient, that sounds kind of boring. The spotlights come on again, illuminating the freshly cleaned ring.
All right, after the short intermission, it's time for what we've all been waiting for. Since our contender will be using firearms, we urge all guests to stay beyond the boundary line, lest you be injured by stray rounds.
Light red panes of bulletproof glass rise from the area around the ring, blocking it off from the audience.
And now, introducing the Queen of the Ring and her challenger.
As the audience cheers, the spotlights focus on and follow a crimson doll as she slowly walks into the ring. It is K09, sword in hand. And then, a shaft of dazzling light shines down on the right side of the arena, framing a purple doll holding a familiar shotgun. Can we bet on Lind? Leader, that's Lind.
Cheetah, try to establish comms with Lind right now. At this range, we should be able to contact her using her SWAT channel.
Beep beep. The transmission goes through, but Lind's face remains blank and she does not respond. What should we do, leader? I think Lynn's really been taken over by whatever virus.
It can't be helped. We'll just have to go to ourselves.
I'll ask Tolo to make the necessary preparations. Cheetah, get ready to back me up. Lynn's safety is our top priority. No. Let Lynn cook. Hello? Leader, I'm not getting a reply from Lynn's communicator. Not good. They're about to attack. Slow-mo. Cheetah, pay attention to the enemy's movements. We need to step in to provide support if Lynn is in danger. Lynn's gonna be fine. Bonk. Dang, what a tough arena fight. Alrighty. Sea of ashes. Years of pent-up resentment are engulfed by flames in the sea. Ooh, hey, hello, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went by well. And oh, this is gonna be cute. Look at this. Portrait. Sugared Misery. Ah, the name. Even someone with a painful past can still move forward for the sake of protecting others. Unlock by completing all stages in turbulent undercurrents. Why the misery? But Lynn looks cute, and that's what matters. Oh, good night to you. Have a nice rest. Sleep well. Kaboom! A hot load of shot hits the floor of the arena. Metal balls ricochet off the bulletproof glass and cracks spiderweb everywhere. Upon seeing Lynn's attack missed, K09 quickly whirls her blade around, converting her swing into a thrust aimed directly at Lynn's chest. Lynn steps diagonally backward and barely avoids a strike, but K09's sword tip grazes her arm and leaves a dark red wound. That hurts! Fortunately, my tactical BDU is made of strong material, so only my synth skin got nicked. Otherwise, I might have lost the entire arm. K09 clearly doesn't anticipate her opponent avoiding her otherwise fatal blow because she freezes up in surprise. However, she quickly changes her stance and resets her sword, ready to launch another attack. Lynn's feet keep moving, and she dodges a series of attacks before pulling away to make some space between them. Why is she so damn fast? Is she actually a rabbit or something? She's been on me like Sabrina on dinner ever since the battle began. I haven't had a chance to counterattack at all. Even if it's because of the beta virus. The kind of tenacity is just scary. Lynn carefully studies K09's every move as she works to get her breathing under control while shifting her center of balance and keeping her finger in the trigger. Don't panic. Leader and Cheetah are in the audience. All I need to do is draw this out until the robots go berserk. I'll open fire the next time she rushes me. Should be able to find an opening then. Yurt! Now. The moment she sees K09 raise her sword, Lynn pulls the trigger without hesitation. A wall of shot spews from her gun's barrel and slams into K09's weapon with a crisp sound of metal on metal. Although K09 evades most of the metal balls with preternatural speed, one of them manages to punch through her shoulder. Surprisingly enough, K09 completely ignores her shoulder injury and brings her blade down on Lynn's head with a cleaving chop. Lynn rolls back and out of the way, once again evading the attack by the skin of her teeth. Okay, this would actually be kind of cool to see. No wonder Carl said something about wanting to improve the beta virus's sensory side effects. She's clearly nowhere as sensitive to pain as I am. How is that even fair? It can't be helped. Time to go full auto on her. I'll just have to fix your frame once we get out of here. Lynn takes a deep breath, then decides to max out her power output. A curtain of red-hot lead instantly blocks off the way ahead of her. K09 steps aside and dodges each and every pellet headed her way. Then she reverses her grip on her sword and rushes Lynn. Once she determines that K09 is within range, Lind focuses her fire on K09's lower body. K09 loses her balance as she takes a hit to her right leg, which supports her frame. Lin jumps over, pressing the off-balance K09 to the ground with her elbow and pressing the muzzle of her gun against K09's head with her other hand. Humph. That ought to settle her now. However, K09 chooses this moment to erupt with tremendous force. She punches up the back of her blade. She punches up with the back of her blade, knocking away the gun on her head before slamming her right knee into Lin's chest and taking her by surprise. Greg! Pain radiates through Lin's chest as she staggers back while panting heavily. Damn it, it hurts so bad I can't see straight. Although her vision is blurry now, Lin still strives to right her balance while opening fire on K09's direction. Soon, the Auto 12 she's holding clicks as its hammer falls on an empty chamber. K09 dashes up in front of Lind, her sword held high. Lind! And then, K09 suddenly freezes in midair. The lights above her suddenly flash, and the bulletproof glass around the ring slowly lowers. The entire arena is filled with a bizarre silence. Then, the sound of mechanical whirring comes from all around them. Cheetah, now, support Lind! Their guns blaze fire as bullets hit the ground under K09's feet, driving her back. Then, as though they receive some kind of signal, every single robot in the arena begins opening fire indiscriminately. The members of the audience scream and flee in all directions. Amidst the chaos, Cheongju and Cheetah hear Lin's voice over their communicators. Looks like luck was on our side in the end. Lind, it's you. You mean you weren't taken over by that whatever virus thing? Thank goodness. I thought you were really finished just now. Finish my ass. Don't jinx me. Lin gets up and dusts herself off, changing out a new drum of ammo as she does. Then she vaults over the arena's fencing and returns to Frostfall's squad. Welcome back, Lind. Cheongju and Cheetah smile as they meet her gaze. Then, they pivot and wordlessly take up a defensive formation. Where's Lolo? I'll tell you along the way, right now. We're going to follow the route she planned and get out of here. The sooner the better. We can't use the elevator anymore, so we'll need to find an alternative route. In other words, we'll have to go through the back of the audience seating, follow a supply corridor, and then use it to reach the main deck. Cheetah, prepare to fall back. Hehe, no problem, leader. Leave it to me. Cheetah pulls a flashbang out of her waist pack, pulls a pin on it, and then throws it to the ground. Smile for the camera. A blinding flash of light envelops the arena, and K09 is forced to shield her eyes. When she can finally open them, all K09 can see is the trio running into the back of the seating area. Automatic loading. Pursuit command. Target identification successful. Still looking in the direction where the trio have fled, K09 stands up once again and gives chase. Oh, she's determined. Wait, so Mr. Arrogant Young Master went to all that effort to capture you because he wanted you to fight for him? Cheetah's exclamation is so loud that it echoes through the hall. A bunch of security troopers come to investigate, but a hail of fire forces them to take cover behind the pillars. As Lin shoots, she gives Cheetah a give me a break look. Hello, we're still trying to escape here. Can you keep it down? But things ended up this way because he half-assed everything. Strictly speaking, it wasn't because of that, but I don't have time to elaborate now. Cheetah, help me lay down some covering fire. I have something to tell Leader. Teehee, no problem. This time, I'll protect you, Lind. Cheetah flashes an okay sign, then moves up to the head of the formation. Just then, a transmission from Tololo comes in. Leader, head right at the fork up ahead, and you'll see the corridor leading to the deck. Understood. Lind, what is it that can't wait until we get up there? Sorry, Leader. But in a sense, this is the last chance I'll get for this. Lynn takes a deep breath, then looks at the fork up ahead. I imagine the interface with their systems in the liner's main control room, and I found their exact locations. That is, the dolls being controlled by the arena staff. I want to take them with us. What? Where are they being held? Area D3 on the port side. Tololo, calculate a route there. Roger. The reply from Tololo comes less than a minute later. The path from the fork leads to Area D3, the exact opposite way from the exit, and ship security is closing in on your location. It'll be a risky course of action. If Gerard Group reinforcements arrive quicker than we can move, things will be even worse. What do you want to do, leader? Xiangju doesn't reply, only tapping her terminal with her index finger. Lind, I'm fairly sure you've prepared yourself for this possibility. But I must remind you that if we choose to commit to this course of action, we might not be able to complete the objective or ensure everyone's safety. Even so, do you wish to proceed? Yeah. I can't do it by myself, so I need you, Cheetah, Tololo. I need all of Frostfall to help me out. You don't say things like this often. There's a short silence. Xiangju looks Lin in the eye, as though she's come to a decision. Understood. Change of plans, Frostfall Squad. We're heading to Area D3 to rescue the captured dolls. Lin blinks in surprise as she stares at her squad leader. The mental image she's always had of Xiangju is someone who has always been cautious and diligent. Yet, she's agreed readily to Lin's request. Lin can see a trust which needs no justification in Xiangju's eyes. Oh, so we're going to be doll saviors now? Awesome! I've always wanted a halo! Tololo, help us draft up another route that helps us avoid ship security. Wilco. Lind, how many dolls are we talking about here? According to the data from the control room, there are about 170 of them. 170 dolls! Oh my goodness! That is intense. The more troublesome thing is that their neural clouds have been wrecked by the beta virus. They might not listen to us anymore. Wait, so there are almost 200 of them and they might not even cooperate with us? We can't exactly cart them all off one by one, right? Also, even assuming we got them into a position to be evacuated, we wouldn't have the time or the cabin space to evacuate them all. Xiangju opens her terminal and begins thinking as she studies the ship blueprints. The dolls are all at the stern of the vessel. If we could trap the enemy amidships, it would give us a lot more time to work in. Cheetah looks over Xiangju's shoulder and studies the map. Then she points at the red shaded area in the middle rear of the vessel. Leader, why don't we blow up the central fuel tank over here and cut the ship in half? That way, we can separate the part where all the dolls are. Wait. You want to blow the ship in half? Do we even have anything powerful enough to do that? Have you forgotten this genius's forte? Cheetah produces a little ball out of nowhere and tosses it up, a wicked glint in her eyes. Ta-da! Behold! My remote bomb! At last, a place for it to see proper use. Anyway, give the order, leader. The bunny-eared doll is coming after us. Xiangju's gaze hardens as she focuses on the incoming figure in red. She quickly judges the feasibility of the mission and makes a decision. Cheetah, plant the explosives at the central fuel tank. Watch for a chance to set it off, but only after Lin and I arrive. Got it. Tololo, contact Miss Helion right now and have her send more backup. Once we scuttle the ship, we'll need people who can manage and move the part of the vessel where the dolls are. Understood. Lin and I will stay here to lure the enemy to the other side of the ship. We'll buy time for Cheetah, Tololo, and our backup to arrive. Causing chaos should be Cheetah's strong suit, right? Still. Tisk, never mind. This sort of thing is alright from time to time. Lin reloads her Auto 12, then refocuses her gaze on the incoming K-09 before pulling the trigger. Her shotgun sprays a torrent of lead, blasting huge chunks on the masterly carved marble paneling. A column collapses with a deafening crash. K09 is forced to stop as a fallen pillar blocks her path and throws up a huge cloud of dust. Are you good at running? Come catch us then. But wait, if we're gonna destroy the ship, can I take all the collapse pieces on the wall, please? Like, come on, they're not gonna use it anymore. Give it to me. Too many good banners. All fear, all pain. Need more gacha luck, need more gacha fund. Gacha fund, please. Oh gosh, evacuate everyone, wait. Oh, now I understand. I'm like, who am I evacuating? I'm like, oh wait, myself. I'm the one being evacuated. Silly me. Slowly evacuate while choosing violence. Oh, they'd be a free ticket. Or sorry, no free pulls, if only. Like, man, it'd be so nice. Oh well. I'm debating how hard I want to go for the next banner. I know for sure I'm gonna buy some skins. Like, I don't have Andorus, but I want her skin. She's too cute. I will not resist. I have issues. I'll just have to stare and think. Okay, almost there. Oh wait, the purple globe. How far away am I from it? Well, actually, not super far away. Just steering just in case. Investigate. Ta-da! Okay, that's pretty good. Look at them trying to get to me. Silly guards, I just grab and go. Jiangju and Lind use the terrain to mount hidden run attacks on K09 and her pursuers. They manage to strand them on the B1 deck and get to the main deck on time. It's almost time. Are Cheetah and Tololo ready yet? The plan's going smoothly and our backup is in place. Head to the pickup point now. The pair run toward the center of the ship, where they find Cheetah waving to them happily. Over here, over here. This time, I was faster than you and Lind. Aren't you gonna praise me? Tololo, bring the chopper in. Prepare for extraction. Xiangju pulls Cheetah behind her and looks up. Tololo pilots the chopper towards the three of them. It comes to a halt at the last moment. The rotors churning up waves on the surface of the water below. The cabin slides open and Tololo pokes her head out to throw a rope ladder down to the three of them. Come on. Just then, there's a loud crash, and K09 bursts out from a nearby hatch, her eyes aglow with crimson rage. She tightens her grip on her sword and immediately lunges at the three dolls. Now, Cheetah, blow up the charges. You're just in time. Cheetah squeezes the button on her detonator, and her bombs detonate at the The central fuel tank, a massive column of flame shoots into the sky and dyes the darkened sky a dull red. The ship lurches heavily as it is cut in two. Fragments fly everywhere as the two halves keel over and begin sinking into the sea. K-09's frame is sent flying by the shockwaves, and she lands heavily on the stern of the vessel, while Frostfall uses this opportunity to scramble aboard the ladder. The helicopter climbs rapidly, rising high into the night sky. We did it! Lynn can see Helion's backup arriving by the light of the burning deck. The familiar, formerly dust-gathering tugboat is now towing away the stern of the vessel where the captured dolls are. Looks like they managed to rescue all those dolls, as well as that K-09. Hehe, things went better than expected. Except we did not bonk Carl. We're lucky that our backup arrived before Gerard's forces did. But we can't get careless because of that. Tololo, activate EW stealth systems. We need to get out of here ASAP. Understood. Mission complete. Preparing to RTB. Tololo presses a button on the helicopter's control panel. It shimmers for a moment in the night sky, then it projects a holographic image around itself. Several seconds later, the helicopter blends into the starry sky, vanishing into the darkness before the dawn. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, a bedraggled figure struggles to his feet before pounding on the locked room like a madman.
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
Carl jabs at his communicator. He presses so hard that his fingers have gone white from a lack of circulation. The door thuds heavily under his pounding.
Father, do you hear me? Mothership is about to sink. I know you must have some way to do it, so please save the ship. This is the last thing Mother left behind.
Despite Carl's wail of despair, the only answer from the communicator is a sound of static. Just when he thinks there'd be no reply, the person he's calling suddenly speaks in a quiet voice.
Humph. Father, is that you? Thank God you answered. You'll save the ship, won't you? If I were you, I'd think of how to get out of that room first, rather than whine and cry about a boat when your life is in danger. It's just a tool for making money. Is it really that important? It doesn't matter if it's blown up or scuttled. When something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. You're the only one who's so dedicated to something left behind by a corpse. No, it can't be. This is Mother's legacy. How can you care so little about it? Also, I'm still on the ship. I'm your son. You can't just abandon me now. Abandon you?
Yakov can't help but snort derisively at Carl's naive plea.
My biggest mistake was not abandoning you after realizing that Celia had raised you into a failure, and even going as far as to give you a chance after chance to prove yourself. Including this one. What do you mean? Are you saying you already knew about my plan? But when did you? What do you think? Did you really think you could have entered the main control room with just your meager access privileges? As it turns out, not letting you in was the right thing to do. I placed you in charge of things once, and you fucked it all to hell. Not only did those PMC dolls run circles around you, they also managed to steal all the data on in the main control room. And now, they've even got their hands on over 170 gladiator dolls. Exactly what do you think qualifies you to talk terms with me? You are the one who sank the ship, and you did it with your own hands.
Yakov's judgment is like a cold blade, sinking deep into Carl's heart. Carl clutches the communicator tightly, muttering to himself, unable to believe what he's hearing.
No, it's not over yet. I can remotely trigger those dolls' self-destruct programming. I can destroy the evidence. We can still turn things around. Now, I'm completely certain that you're even more of a mindless idiot than those dolls. They blew up the remote control server. with their chopper before they left. You've well and truly fucked things up now. What?
Upon realizing that there was no coming back from this, Carl slumps to the ground.
This isn't my fault. Those damn dolls are only able to take advantage of the situation because I didn't get the full beta virus. It's not my fault if you just give me another chance. Another chance? Do you still want another chance? The company's had its hands full of dealing with FABN recently. The CEO was tearing his hair out by the handfuls over them. Did you know that? And you choose now of all times to pull off a stunt like this. There'll be no more chances for you.
Carl's mouth hangs open as he looks at the door that will not open for him. He does not even have the words to deny his father's words.
As a child, you fooled around with high-grade parts like they were toys. It was like watching a monkey with a Kalashnikov. After all these years, you're still the same as when Celia was around. You haven't grown a bit. You don't even qualify to be an obstacle for me, let alone my successor. So, when something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. That includes me too, right? Humph. If you were this smart each time, you wouldn't have ended up like this.
Oh, an AK-47 style weapon. Yakov's words are casual, but they hit Carl like a punch to the gut. In Carl's memory, this is the first time his father's ever praised him. But it seems it will also be the last.
No, you're my father. You wouldn't do this. Right? You won't do this to me, right? Everything I did was to make you proud. Ever since Mother died, I've been working hard all this time. Don't bring up that mother of yours.
Yakov suddenly explodes with rage. His resentment that has festered for so many years is finally pouring out.
Oof. I wouldn't even have married that dumb bitch if she wasn't from the Orlog conglomerate.
Dang. He only married her because of her power. Wow.
She made a fortune, and all she did was sit on it, making a bunch of worthless toys or donating to charity. Not only did she criticize me for obtaining 16 Labs doll tech, she was even planning to reveal the secrets between me and the CEO to the public. And so she had to die. And good fucking riddance to her.
Dang. Wait, she was actually decent. She was a decent person. Aw, man, she didn't deserve that.
And even after her death, she left someone like you behind. I've been living in her shadow for far too long. You should have died along with Celia.
Yeah, maybe Carl isn't all to blame. He's still bonkable right now, but... Ugh. I want to punch both him and his dad. Both of them.
What? So you're saying you killed Mother?
Crack. The nearby portholes collapse under the force of the explosion, and the glass rains down like hail. Carl's communicator falls to the ground, emitting a shrill aerotone. Carl screams at it, but it will never answer him again, and the roiling flames consume his final words.
You extinguished the sparks Mother left behind.
I just wanted to smack Carl, not to, destroy him. But now I want to beat up his dad. Just oof. Forward unto dawn. Strive forward while looking at the wounds of the past straight in the eye. That is the meaning of your suffering. Good to know the meaning of my suffering is not gotcha. Bribery records for government officials, illegal doll transaction logs, altered records for the ship's environmental emissions. The Gerard Group is quite the litany of sins to its name. Roswell's squad is going through the data Lynn's copied from the main control room. It is certainly quite impressive. There's a breakdown for the MV Novalis, income and expenditure here too. Let me see. Wow, this is actually kind of scary. They make more in one day than our squad does in 1 month? It's just as we thought. The income from the entertainment was minuscule compared to the illegal betting on the doll arena. Well, we can now be completely certain that the Gerard Group was controlling and running the doll arena. They could make a killing from the black market and use that opportunity to utilize their otherwise effective dolls. The Gerard Group wins either way. The beta virus was probably developed for that purpose and tested on the arena dolls. Oh, I'm excited for the new update. Oh, man. I'll do that other event later. Oh yeah, speaking of which, don't you think you should get your frame checked out, Lind? It'll be better if there were traces of that virus left behind in your neural cloud. Don't worry, I'm not weak enough to be taken over by an incomplete virus. I'm more interested in why it works on IOP dolls. Wasn't it meant to target Gerard Group dolls? Lind, are you saying you suspect that the Gerard Group stole 16 Labs doll technology? Lind nods. The virus isn't like normal programs. Its right locations and logic would require a target with highly similar base layer code for it to work. Hello. But if the base layer code were too similar, they would essentially be intellectual property theft. If that's really true, we can use the evidence from the doll arena as proof of the Gerard Group's crimes and make them pay for what they've done. Indeed. There's been too many good banners and too many good skins. Like, gosh darn it. Even without technology theft, just the proof of their crimes is enough to bring the Gerard Group to court. I'll contact Miss Helia now. Once we get back, we'll verify the matter ASAP. Oh my goodness, I love those Dreamline episodes. They're so good. I'm pretty sure we found will help the commander Miss Kalina out in some way. I think you'll also love the idol episodes. The idol ones are good too. Especially since we see a really familiar face. Qiangju opens a comm channel to Helion and begins sending over what she's learned. After receiving Helion's reply, Qiangju's stern expression softens considerably. Oh, they're ending the military simulation PvP mode early. But why? Okay, I guess I gotta. Oh no! I have good news. Miss Helion managed to find a neutral organization that's willing to take in the dolls from the arena and help them clear out the remaining beta virus in their neural clouds. Really? That's great. They'll finally be able to shake off the Gerard Group's control. Additionally, the organization will provide them with counseling and support them as they reintegrate into human society. Aww. Oh, they're just fully getting rid of it. Dang. But collapse pieces? Not only will they be able to remove the Gerard Group's influence, these dolls will also receive a chance to make a fresh start. You did very well, Lind. Lind doesn't answer, only leaning against the cabin while in silence. The scorching pain of the virus infection still aches in her body, and a sense of survivor's guilt envelops her. Oh, they're gonna make those collapse pieces available in other modes to make up for it. Okay, that's fine then. Or heck, if you want to bring in a different mode, give me more Cat Cafe. I wouldn't mind making more Cat Cafe drinks, those are fun. I actually like that minigame. Lind reflexively looks down at her trembling hands. Oh, yay for more Cat Cafe then. I'm sorry. Eh? Lind, Leader was praising you. Why are you apologizing? I mean, all this happened because I went off without permission and acted alone, right? And I even asked to change the plan at the last minute for selfish reasons. If anything had happened to all of you because of that, then Lynn swallows the rest of her words. The three of them quickly exchange glances. Then they head over to Lynn's side as one. Ooh! Oh, I'm happy they're adding new cats. Okay, I'm just hoping that they're not going to be difficult to unlock. Because some of those cats were surprising how to unlock them. What's this, Lynn? Are you actually worried about us? Relax. We're all okay, right? I believe our squad exists to support each other, understand each other, and to encourage each other. And in the end, your plan turned out fine. Yes, Cheetah and Lola are correct. I know what kind of feelings you must have motivated you, Lynn. Your willingness to let Griffin wither you away. The anger that drove you to save your fellow dolls. The pain you felt when you thought you had involved us in your trouble. The truth is, we're all the same. The same? Correct. Xiangju gently pats Lynn on the shoulder and smiles tenderly. As members of Frostfall Squad, we all have the same goal. We simply see things from different perspectives. Ultimately, I'm also partially responsible for this. I didn't communicate my thoughts clearly with you, which led you to feeling like you had to take everything on by yourself. So don't blame yourself anymore and relax a little. Okay. Lynn looks up, her eyes filled with gratitude. It is then that Xiangju notices the wound K09 made on Lynn's arm. Here. I'll help take care of that for you. Xiangju takes out the repair kit and patches up the cut with a gentle touch and practiced skill. The pain from the wound makes Lynn wince. Ack. Aw, why don't you turn off your pain modules, Lynn? Patching wounds up hurts, you know? The truth is, I can't disable my frame's pain modules. Why not? Doesn't that mean you've been enduring all that pain during each battle? Lynn falls silent and then nods. Well, I wouldn't say enduring it. After all, I'm used to it by now. I was an experimental doll used in clinical trials. Part of the reason why Carl kidnapped me was because of that. What? Lynn doesn't feel the disgust or awkwardness she expected when discussing this part of her history that she didn't want to disclose. Instead, she feels free. My first memories of this world were in Icy Cold Research Institute and endless days of clinical trials. My frame received special modifications in order to meet certain experimental requirements. Not being able to switch off my pain modules was one of them. But doesn't that make fighting in everyday life really inconvenient? Why don't we ask Miss Helion to change out your frame when you get back? I'm sure she'll be able to think of something. Lynn shakes her head. One of Griffin's researchers asked me the same question when I first came to Griffin. He said that human sensory feedback would affect my performance in battle and recommended that I change to a more convenient body. But I refused. Wasn't that a good chance to do it? Why did you say no? I didn't know why I did it back then. I just did it out of reflex. Same thing with my name. I ought to be repulsed by the name Lind. The lab I was in gave it to me, and it contains all the painful memories from back then. But even after getting the chance to change my name, I still chose this one. At the time, I didn't know why I was so intent on it, or insistent on it. But now, I think I'm slowly beginning to understand. Lynn looks at her friends. Back then, I thought I existed to be a test subject, and that my pain was the only value I had. To deny this pain would be denied my entire life and the reason I had for existing. It was in Griffin that I came to understand the true worth of a doll. And it was my bonds with everyone that helped me realize that I could keep going forward, even while carrying the pain of the past, and that I could fight to protect others. I mean, the first step to accepting your past is being able to look in the eye, right? Lind. And that's why I won't change my body, and I won't change my name. Frostwall Squad has made me feel like I belonged, and you helped me understand my reason for existing. Thank you all for that. A can of cool fruit juice suddenly presses itself against Lin's cheek. Lin looks back and sees Cheetah grinning at her. Waving a pack of snacks, she squirreled away for a moment like this. Aw, don't be so gloomy, Lin. Frostfall is home for 4, which means we're all essential to it. Makes perfect sense, right? Just like how you can't leave us, we can't leave you either.
That's right. We're only able to handle difficult missions because we have you around. Whether in the past, present, or future, we will always fight side by side.
Yup. In order to celebrate yet another perfectly completed mission, let's throw a party when we get back to base.
Correction. It'll be an after-crisis review meeting. Fortunately, the gold chip that Leader and Cheetah brought back is worth quite some money. Indeed, not only have we solved our current financial emergency, I've also managed to come up with a promising action plan for the future. With Tololo's observation skills, support from Cheetah's items, Lin's combat power, and my planning ability, we managed to demonstrate exceptional results in rescuing the hostages and have proven that we can handle similar tasks of the same kind in the future. I believe that Frostfall Squad's reputation will soon spread far and wide.
Beep beep.
The communicator rings. Upon seeing the name on it, Chiangju smiles. It's from Miss Helion. Let's take it together. The 4 members of Frostfall Squad look at each other and smile. Then as one, they press the receive button. As the helicopter rises through the last of the collapsed particle clouds, the warm light of dawn shines on their faces. This is Frostfall Squad. Mission complete. We're heading home.
Happy ending, yay! Well, that's nice. I like that. That's very sweet.
In the end, I kind of feel a bit bad for Karo, I gotta admit it. As much as I wanted to bonk him, I didn't want him to like go up in flames like that. Just like a few punches is all I wanted to do to him. But now we must go after his father. Oh, his stinky dad. Yeah, he deserved to be corrected, not killed. He was a sussy baka. Only a sussy baka. But his father, oh, his dad. Time to bonk the father next. Hopefully we can punch him. At least one punch. Multiple punches, actually. One punch for his wife. One punch for the son. Like, sheesh. Okay, Senti's event is all you need to do before the main story event is anniversary update, since it is part of the main story. Okay, perfect then. I know what I'm gonna do next week. Oh man, though, I still also gotta play the Enfield beta test. I'm happy that I can finally put that on my phone too. I think it allowed 1 computer, 1 phone. So perfect. I can just laze around on my phone and play it. And also stream the Enfield beta. It'll be fun seeing the difference between the last beta test. I'm so happy I get to play it again, though. Oh my goodness. Out of all the doctas that I know, I think I'm the only one that got in. So I'm like, oops, sorry buds. Sorry buddies. Like, I would give you my code, but I want to play, so tee-hee-hee. Live vicariously through me. Enjoy all my struggles with my base building. Though apparently that's gonna get easier, so I'm happy about that, because I don't like building base. I like bonking. I like going out, destroying stuff. I don't like making home. If someone wants to make home for me, that's fine. I'll go out and get food and everything else. So let's see how the changes are. That's my main concern. But I am excited. Hey, hello. Just finished the event storyline. I feel good. I'm excited. Next week, I gotta do Senti's event. We're here. I just gotta figure out when I'm gonna do that, because there's also the Fate Grand Order event. This week, I'm finishing Uma Musume event. I already unlocked everything first day, as one does when you have issues like me. That's for tomorrow. Later on, starting Arknight's Enfield. Not sure how much I'm gonna get into that, but we'll see eventually. I gotta see when
the beta ends. I gotta play it more than last time. Like, oh man. I'll make it worth it. Worth letting them accept me. Or having them accept me. I'll be like, thank you, Enfield peoples. Thank you. I'll play your game more. Teehee. So sweet. I know that Dad was making stuff before I started stream. I wonder if it's done. This is gonna sound really sus, but he said he's making bat wings. It's not actually bat wings, trust me. It's fish. I don't know what kind of fish, but he calls it bat wings. So, it's a fish that has fins that look like bat wings. I'm excited for it, whatever it is. Bat wings for me. Plot twist, it ends up actually being bat wings. I hope not actually. Wait, I shouldn't jinx that. Oops. So it should be fine. What's the worst that'll happen? I just got over my sickness. I'll be fine, completely fine. So now it's time for bat wings. Yummy. So that being said, thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Epic gacha luck. We need so much gacha luck. Oh my goodness, my luck in Nike, bad. My luck in Umamusume, terrible. So, more luck please. So see you guys later. Bye. Dinner time. Woohoo. I just gotta finish the rest of these missions, or these fights. Gotta prepare myself for the next banner. Just or banners, more like. Not just all the